Himitsu Sentai Goranger. Himitsu Sentai Goranger are the original color-coded heroes from the very first Super Sentai series, created by Shotaro Ishinomori and aired from 1975 to 1977. They weren't called Super Sentai on air then, but later publications and official franchise retrospectives retroactively recognized them as the first Super Sentai team alongside J.A.K.Q because they set the template of a heroic squad fighting a big bad organization with color identities and teamwork. Before they became Super Sentai, the evil Black Cross Army attacked the peacekeeping group Eagle, Earth Guard League, wiping out bases across Japan and leaving only 5 survivors. Instead of filing insurance claims, these 5 were tapped to form the secret team Goranger to stop Black Cross Führer's world domination plan, which frankly sounds like a bad day at the office for Eagle. The members are Akaranger, Tsuyoshi Kaijo, hot-headed red leader who probably yells "Gonin Sorote" a lot, Oaranger, Akira Shinmei, cool blue second-in-command and talented archer, Kiranger, Daita Oiwa or Daigoro Kumano, the sometimes tragic yellowish one, Momoranger, Peggy Matsuyama, pink with attitude, and Midoranger, Kenji Asuka, green dude who keeps the team sane. They battled villains, giant monsters, and maybe rushed lunches between missions, and decades later the franchise officially celebrated them as the genesis of everything from giant robots to zany team names that inspired shows like Power Rangers. J.A.K.Q Dengeki-tai. J.A.K.Q Dengeki-tai are a funky retro team of cyborg superheroes created to punch crime and look like a wild poker hand come to life, introduced in their own 1977 Japanese tokusatsu show that later got retroactively folded into the Super Sentai universe. Because, hey, even old school needs a glow-up. Originating as the International Science Special Investigation Squad's secret Blitzkrieg Squad, Tokyo ISIS Commander Kujirai Daisuke, aka Joker, thought, what if we turned kids into crime-fighting cyborg card suits? So he recruited 4 poor souls and zapped them into superpowered versions of themselves to fight the global criminal empire crime with human-sized monsters instead of giant robots. They weren't originally called Super Sentai in the series' Zone run and were for a time debated about being part of the official lineup until later decades when nostalgia prevailed and they were officially included under the Super Sentai umbrella. The core team names are themed after playing cards: Spade Ace, Goro Sakurai, the super athlete leader, Diajack, Ryu Higashi, the boxer, Heart Queen, Karen Mizuki, the policewoman with skirts that would inspire future teams, Clover King, Bunta Daichi, the cryo-revived oceanographer, and later Big One, Sokichi Bamba, the disguised master cyborg added to beef up the squad when 4 seemed like unlucky odds. Together, they fight crime with style, sass, and a deck of bionic tricks. Basically, poker meets power suits.
Battle Fever J. Battle Fever J are the international-themed tokusatsu superheroes from the 1979 show Battle Fever J, the 3rd entry in Toei's Super Sentai franchise, and for a while considered the first Super Sentai because it cemented the giant robot versus monster formula thanks to a Marvel co-production after Spider-Man's popularity, where General Kurama recruits 4 elite agents training around the world and an FBI investigator whose dad was killed by the evil secret society Egos, gives them powered suits so they can punch bad guys, shout fever, and pilot the giant Battle Fever Robo to smash giant monsters, all to save the world while looking oddly patriotic and disco-ready, which is definitely not suspiciously like Captain America, honest. The original team members are Battle Japan, Masao Den, Battle Cossack, Kensaku Shiraishi, later Makoto Jin after Kensaku's tragic demise, Battle France, Kyosuke Shida, Battle Kenya, Shiro Akebono, and Miss America, Diane Martin, later Maria Nagisa after Diane leaves. Masao leads with a spear and some judo karate flair, Cossack brings the orange Psy action, France, well, he's French-themed, Kenya covers the wild side, and Miss America fights with flair and gets replaced mid-series. Their origin is basically, you kids look like you can do world peace or at least beat giant robots, here's cool suits and a big robot, which is probably the least bureaucratic superhero recruitment ever. Denshi Sentai. Denshi Sentai are a kooky but classic team of 5 color-coded heroes, Toei's 4th Super Sentai season broadcast in 1980 to 1981. They became Super Sentai when the awakened Denzi computer on the crashed island Denziland detected the evil Vader clan and sent its robot dog Denzi Dog IC to recruit 5 youngsters who might be actual descendants of the lost Denzi people to defend Earth, giving them special rings that let them transform and kick butt. Yes, rings, not smart smartphones or keychains because anime tech in 1980 was chef's kiss, making them the first Sentai to use personal transformation devices anywhere and the first to have a giant transforming robot, Dai Denzin. IC even sacrifices himself later to power the robot's circuits, which is adorable and tragic at the same time. The members of Denzi Man are Denzi Red, Ippei Akagi, the karate-teaching leader whose name literally means red in Japanese, proving color-coding his destiny, Denzi Blue, Daigoro Oome, a laid-back circus acrobat turned acrobatic blue hero, Denzi Yellow, Jun Kiyama, an inventor and researcher with a knack for strength, Denzi Green, Tatsuya Midorikawa, a detective and cool boxing coach whose dad was a Vader victim, and Denzi Pink, Akira Momoi, the soul girl who briefly quits, then comes back to teach swimming and smack bad guys. Their surnames even sneak their colors into the spelling, which is nerdy but charmingly consistent.
Taiyo Sentai Sun Vulcan. Taiyo Sentai Sun Vulcan are basically the military's answer to superhero cosplay, formed when the super evil machine empire Black Magna started breaking things you definitely did not want broken. To stop them, Commander Arashiyama of the Earth Peace Defense Squad put on his serious face and handpicked 3 specialists from the Air Force, Navy, and Rangers to form the solar squadron known as Sun Vulcan. Picture the Avengers, but with fewer people and much tighter spandex. This made them the first Super Sentai team to be a direct sequel to the one before, and also the only all-male crew that never got distracted and added extra members mid-season. Sun Vulcan became Super Sentai by training, bonding, and shouting their team call, Sun Vulcan, into the sky right before beating up monsters, proving that 3 is apparently a good number for fighting giant robots. The members are Vol Eagle, first Ryosuke Owashi, a top pilot who later left to do NASA shuttle stuff, and then Takayuki Hiba, his kendo master pal who stepped in when Ryosuke bounced, Vol Shark, Kinya Samajima, a Navy officer ocean nerd with a heart of gold, and Vol Panther, a Sayo Hyo, a brave ground ranger who can climb anything but really hates dogs. They are total units of animal-themed justice who punch bad guys, pilot giant robots, and make saving the world look like a Monday. Dai Sentai Goggle V. The Goggle V are a classic Japanese Super Sentai team created by Dr. Hideki Hongo of the Future Science Laboratory to stop the evil dark science empire Death Dark and its crazy science plots to conquer the world. So think mad scientists and goofy monsters with lab coats and lasers from Hongo's lab. Dr. Hongo was ambushed in Germany by Death Dark troops, but saved by a rugged explorer named Kenichi Akama, which made him realize the world needed actual superheroes, not just a science fair project with sparklers. Yes, he got recruited because he saved the day. Using his team of computer boys and girls, he scanned for people who could handle danger, ancient gems, and apparently funky rhythmic gymnastics gear, and pulled together 5 folks to form Dai Sentai Goggle V and fight back Death Dark schemes with weird gemstone powers and shiny gadgets in cool colors, because nothing says teamwork like color-coordinated spandex. Their members are Goggle Red Kenichi Akama, a mountain-climbing explorer with ruby powers and rope whip skills, Goggle Black Kenpei Kuroda, a shogi club member with emerald gear, Goggle Blue Saburo Ioma, rocking sapphire-themed attacks, Goggle Yellow Futoshi Kijima with opal balls for smashing, and Goggle Pink Miki Mamazoni, the gymnast with a diamond baton because somebody had to twirl the ribbons. Kagaku Sentai Dynaman. The Dynaman are the heroic team at the center of Kagaku Sentai Dynaman, the 7th Super Sentai squad formed when the eccentric genius Dr. Kyutaro Umeno invites 5 inventive but quirky people to his Umeno Invention Center and, after they survive a rough welcome from bad guys en route, gives them Dynabraces to transform and fight the evil Jashinka Empire bent on world domination. This isn't your usual office team-building exercise, but think more explosions, surfboards, ninja disappearances, and cleaner engines with a side of robot giant fistfights. Hokutodan Dyna Red is the responsible and probably over-caffeinated leader from Hokkaido who's a kendo champ, motorbike ace, and environmental inventor dreaming up a non-polluting engine. Ryu Hoshikawa, Dyna Black, is the cheerful ninja-descended guy who literally disappears into invisibility and trains like it's a hobby. Yosuke Shima, Dyna Blue, is the surfer-swimmer techno-nerd from Ishigaki Island who knows sea life and surfboards better than most people know breakfast cereals. Kosaku Nango, Dyna Yellow, is a farm-loving nature dude from Kyushu with a dream of better foods and flowers even though he clownishly cracks jokes. Rei Tachibana, Dyna Pink, is the skilled fencer who, despite fearing cats, wants to make machines to talk to animals and fights to protect everyone's dreams with flair and a flower shield.
Together, they ride vehicles, combine into Dyna-Robo, and explode their way through evolution beasts and tail-brandishing villains with science plus spirit. Chodenshi Bioman. The Chodenshi Bioman are the heroes of the 8th Super Sentai series called Chodenshi Bioman, Super Electronic Bioman, a Japanese tokusatsu show produced by Toei that aired from February 4, 1984 to January 26, 1985. They became a Super Sentai team because centuries ago an android named Peebo and the giant robot Bio-Robo crash-landed on Earth from the fallen Biostar and showered 5 people with mysterious bioparticles, giving them special energy that their descendants would inherit. Fast forward to modern times when the evil Neo-Empire Gear, led by the mad scientist Dr. Man, threatens the world, Peebo goes around recruiting the descendants of those original 5 bioparticle-infused ancestors to form the Bioman team and protect Earth using their inherited powers and futuristic techno-braces. The core members of Chodenshi Bioman are Shiro Go, Red 1, the dependable leader, Shingo Tagasugi, Green 2, the hot-blooded racer, Ryuta Nambara, the blue guy, Mika Koizumi, Yellow 4, who starts as the cheerful 4th member but leaves early and is replaced by Jun Yabuki as the new Yellow 4, and Hikaru Katsunagi, Pink 5, the pink-suited powerhouse. They shout their colors and numbers to transform and use teamwork to blast bad guys while sometimes arguing about who left the milk out in the fridge. And yes, this Sentai was a big hit partly because of its flashy helmets and toys that were first made by Bandai instead of Poppy, which exploded sales charts. Okay, maybe not literally, but almost.
Dengeki Sentai Chengamon. Dengeki Sentai Chengamon are a group of 5 elite military officers handpicked by the Earth Defense Force to fight the evil Great Star League Gozma. After that army started gobbling up planets and eyeing Earth, the military created the Earth Defense Force as a special branch to stop it. They didn't just get cool uniforms because they survived a rough training montage their boss Commander Ibuki put them through. By refusing to run away from a Gozma ambush, the ground literally shook and granted them mystical Earth Force powers tied to European mythological beasts, turning them into the Changemen, and officially into a Super Sentai team with mythic animal energy and military discipline, and occasional friendly banter when someone forgets their sword. The members are Change Dragon, aka Hiryu Tsurugi, the passionate leader with Air Force training and dragon power; Change Griffin, aka Sho Hayate, the cool Griffin warrior; Change Pegasus, aka Yuma Ozora, the sky-loving Pegasus expert; Change Mermaid, aka Sayaka Nagisa, bringing mermaid magic to the squad; and Change Phoenix, aka Mai Tsubasa, rising like the fiery phoenix whenever things get spicy, all of whom balance military teamwork with the occasional mythical fashion pose while blasting bad guys with Earth Force-powered attacks. Choshinsei Flashmon. Choshinsei Flashmon are the cosmic weirdos who make up the 10th Super Sentai team, before Power Rangers stole the idea, and their origin story is straight out of an 80s sci-fi soap opera. In 1966, 5 Earth kids got snatched by a creepy alien squad called the Alien Hunters, working for the reconstructive experiment empire MESS, who wanted human samples for experiments. But then, plot twist, they were rescued by the heroic alien Flash race, who dumped each kid on a different planet in the Flash solar system to train with crazy planetary powers. So 20 years later, in 1986, these 5 returned to Earth superpowered and ready to punch aliens while also awkwardly trying to find their birth parents before the anti-Flash phenomenon, Earth's atmosphere slowly kills them, kicks in, which is both heroic and kinda tragic, but hey, cool suits and giant robots. Their team members are Red Flash, Jin, the science-minded leader who got a scar and knows machines; Green Flash, Dai, the buff rock planet bruiser who learned boxing; Blue Flash, Bun, the cool space dude; Yellow Flash, Sarah Tokamura, the fierce female with family drama; and Pink Flash, Lou, the pink-powered warrior with flair. Together, they punch Mess's baddies and roll out giant robots because 80s. Hikari Sentai Maskman. Hikari Sentai Maskman are the flashy, aura-powered heroes from the 11th Super Sentai show, basically martial arts ninjas with matching spandex, who use mystical aura power to punch bad guys and combine 5 mecha into one big robot, because teamwork makes giant robots happen. Their origin story is that the wise, zen-looking scientist and martial arts guru, Commander Senjuro Sugata, discovered the evil underground empire Tube, planning to turn the world into a cold, dark pancake, so people like warm beaches would cease to exist. To stop that subterranean menace, Sugata recruited and trained 5 young fighters, each expert in a different style of martial arts, teaching them to unleash their inner aura and become the Masked Man. Literally masked heroes with a bent on martial arts and melodrama. The core team members are Takeru, the heroic leader in Red Mask, racer karate master, who once saved a baby and got recruited because of it; Kenta, the suave but shy Black Mask and Kobudo specialist; Akira, the jokester Blue Mask, who boxes and kicks with style; Haruka, the serious Yellow Mask, trained in ninjutsu;
and Momoko, the calming pink mask, who prefers Tai Chi and being the team's moral center. There's also a one-episode extra called Ryo Asuka, X1 Mask, a prototype 6th hero who pops in to help and then disappears like a dramatic cameo. Choju Sentai Live Man. Choju Sentai Live Man is a Japanese Super Sentai team that became heroes because school science went very wrong. At the elite Academia Island Genius School, 3 classmates named Kenji, Rui, and Go felt underappreciated and bolted to join the evil Volt Army while dramatically betraying their buddies and even killing 2 of them. And so former classmates Yusuke Amayama, Joe Ohara, and Megumi Misaki finished the spacesuit project they'd been working on with their friends and donned the Live Man gear to fight Volt and avenge their fallen mates, basically becoming Super Sentai because science plus revenge plus cool suits equals heroes. The original trio were Yusuke Amayama as Red Falcon, who leads with a kind of rock star energy, Joe Ohara as Yellow Lion, the hot-headed skater bro who always jumps into danger like it's a sport, and Megumi Misaki as Blue Dolphin, the sea-themed brains of the outfit and one of the first female Blue Rangers ever. Later the team expanded when Tetsuya Yano became Black Bison and Junichi Aikawa became Green Sai, both of whom are the younger siblings of the classmates who were killed and joined to honor them and punch lots of Volt robots. Together, the 5 live men's blast, punch, and occasionally sass their way through Volt schemes, with animal-inspired mecha and that very anime squad goes boom energy that makes them such a memorable Super Sentai team.
Kosoku Sentai Turbo Ranger. Kosoku Sentai Turbo Ranger are a goofy but heroic team of 5 high school seniors chosen to become the 13th Super Sentai when the ancient evil 100 Boma tribes escaped their 20,000-year seal because modern pollution weakened the fairy magic that imprisoned them and now want to smash everything for fun and chaos. The last fairy Shiran and human scientist Dr. Dazai summoned the teens, who as kids were sprinkled with the mystical flames of spirit in the woods, so they can now hear Shiran's voice and don magical-powered suits made from a spicy science plus magic combo to juggle monster battles with homework and part-time dreams of graduation while defeating Boma. Red Turbo is the passionate Riki Hono, a fiery ace who leads the charge and dreams of baseball glory. Black Turbo is Daichi Yamagata, the dependable dude. Blue Turbo is Yohei Hama, the cool blue brain. Yellow Turbo is Shunsuke Hino, the speedy jokester. And Pink Turbo is Haruna Morikawa, the cheerful heart of the group. There's also an older Blue Turbo named Kenichi Yamada who pops up sometimes, and allies like Fairy Shiran, her fellow Saint Beast Lakia, and of course the gadget guy Dr. Dazai, to make sure their turbocharged mecha and high school lives don't collide too disastrously. J.A.K.Q Sentai 5-Man. J.A.K.Q Sentai 5-Man are the superpowered heroes from the 14th Super Sentai series, a team made up of 5 Hoshikawa siblings who literally grew up training for this gig after being orphaned by the evil Zone Empire's surprise assault on planet Seidon when they were kids, and whisked back to Earth by the robot Earther G6, who raised them like weird but awesome space school teachers ready for battle. So instead of turning out to be boring adults, they built 5-man technology and waited for Zone to try trashing Earth as its 1,000th target of destruction, triggering their big "we are ready" and also "we teach math and music" moment of becoming Super Sentai by shouting their codenames into their V-Changer gizmos and transforming into 5 red, 5 blue, 5 black, 5 pink, and 5 yellow to smash bad guys and protect the planet and maybe grade homework afterward. The members are Gaku Hoshikawa as the calm science teacher leader 5 red, Ken Hoshikawa as the sporty physical education teacher 5 blue, Fumiya Hoshikawa the language teacher 5 black, Kazumi Hoshikawa the clever math teacher 5 pink, and Remi Hoshikawa the tearful music teacher 5 yellow, and together they rock because family fights better when you've been doing chores together your whole life.
Chojin Sentai Jetman. Chojin Sentai Jetman are the stylish bird-powered heroes of the 15th Super Sentai series and one of the most beloved teams around, even though they never officially became Power Rangers like their successors did, which is honestly a crime given their drama in jetsuits. Sky Force was an international defense team that developed birdonic waves to give elite soldiers superhuman abilities under something called J Project. But when evil interdimensional baddies called Byram attacked, all the birdonic waves got scattered all over Earth, except for the one used by Ryu Tendo, who became Red Hawk right away. The chaos also accidentally zapped 4 totally random civilians with bird powers instead of the planned officers, and now Ryu and Commander Aya Odagari have to hunt them down like supernatural Pokémon, except with cooler costumes and more angst, and train them to become the rest of Jetman so they can stop Byram before breakfast. The result is Ryu, the earnest Red Hawk, Guy, the brooding Black Condor, Raita, the cheerful Yellow Owl, Kaori, the elegant White Swan, and Akko, the fierce Blue Swallow, who together flap into battle and save the day, while also dealing with love triangles, workplace drama, and occasionally remembering who forgot to bring coffee. Kyoryu Sentai Zyorator. Kyoryu Sentai's Zyuranger are the dino-loving heroes from the 16th Super Sentai series who became a Super Sentai team when the wise and mysterious sage Barza dug them up from suspended animation because ancient evil witch Bandora escaped her prison and started causing trouble again, so these prehistoric warrior folks had to wake up and punch bad guys instead of chilling forever asleep like the world's coolest sleepover guests. They are fun-size adults who actually come from ancient human tribes who lived alongside dinosaurs and were chosen as the holy warriors of justice to protect Earth when needed. The members are Tyranno Ranger, J.A.K.Q, the prince of the Yamato tribe and leader who packs a T-Rex punch, Mammoth Ranger, Goshi from the Sharma tribe who is wise and heavy-hitting like his mammoth friend, Tricera Ranger, Dan, the brave knight from the Etov tribe who loves horns on land and in battle, Tiger Ranger, Boy, the hopeful and speedy warrior from the Dime tribe with stripes smarter than any cat's expressions, Terror Ranger, May, the loving princess of the Lithia tribe who flies into action with grace and sass, and Dragon Ranger, Barai, a slightly grumpy but powerful Yamato tribe knight who joined later when his revenge plans got cancelled and now sorta likes the gang. They fight Bandora and her monster pals with giant mecha, team spirit, and enough ancient swagger to make every dinosaur proud.
Gosei Sentai Dairanger. The Gosei Sentai Dairanger are the 17th Super Sentai team ever made in Japan, and they're basically ancient martial arts warriors reborn as modern heroes who fight an evil tribe using glowing energy called Chi, because flashy powers make everything cooler. Their origin story starts way back over 8,000 years ago in a place called the Dao Civilization, which had 3 tribes, Dai, Shura, and the bad guys, the Gorma. When Gorma decided they wanted to be jerks and take over the world, there was a 5,000-year war until 5 Dai warriors tuned up their chi so hard they controlled mythical beast spirits and became known as the original Dai Rangers. Both tribes vanished, but in 1993 the Gorma came back, and a former Gorma commander, now posing as Master Kaku, gathered 5 present-day youths with strong chi to be new Dai Rangers and stop the Gorma threat, thus becoming Super Sentai. Their members are Rio Ranger, or Rio, who used to be just a Gyuza cooking dude until Master Kaku kidnapped him and then trained him to unleash Chi Dragonfire, Shishi Ranger, or Daigo, the Phantom Starfighter, Tenma Ranger, or Shoji, a gravity-punching guy, Kirin Ranger, or Kazu, guy with mystical Kirin power, Huo Ranger, or Rin, the wind-blasting female warrior, and as a bonus, Kiba Ranger, or Ko, the adorable tiger-powered kid who joined later, yes, a kid in a Sentai team, making them one of the most legendary martial arts-powered teams ever. Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger. Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger are the 18th Super Sentai team made up of modern-day ninja descendants who fight ancient monsters called yokai after accidentally releasing them from their supernatural prison 400 years after the original ninjas sealed them away. Their origin story is basically oops, we opened the door of seals, when 2 young ninja-descended guys named Sasuke and Saizo are tricked into breaking the seal by the mischievous Kappa, and bam, they suddenly have to become ninja superheroes to reseal the yokai and stop their chaos with help from 3 mystical god generals and later the rest of their crew. Sasuke is Ninja Red, a hot-headed descendant of the famous Sasuke Sarutobi, who often leads with a wink and a punch. Tsuruhime is Ninja White, the youngest leader of a Sentai ever and a fierce young Kunohini with a serious attitude and heart. Seikai becomes Ninja Yellow, a cool and collected warrior tied to his ancestor Seikai Miyoshi. Saizo is Ninja Blue, descended from Saizo Kirigakure, and brings calm balance to the team. Jiraiya is Ninja Black, the Japanese-American ninja raised in Los Angeles who completes the quintet with some wild kicks and his own legendary lineage. Together, they're a weird, fun ninja squad fighting yokai mayhem with ninja arts, giant robot buddies, and the occasional sorry we did that moment.
Choriki Sentai O-Ranger. Choriki Sentai O-Ranger is a Japanese Super Sentai team from the 1995 series of the same name, the 19th in the franchise, and celebrating the 20th anniversary of Super Sentai in a very roundabout way. They became Super Sentai thanks to Chief Counselor Miura, who in the late 1990s rediscovered the ancient super energies of the lost Pangean civilization after assembling pieces of a mysterious stone plate, built a power-generating pyramid, and used that tetrahedral power to turn 5 elite UAOH, United Air Force Overtech hardware officers into the O-Rangers in order to defend Earth from the ruthless machine empire Baranoia, led by the return of the evil robot Bacchus Wrath. The original 5 O-Rangers are O-Red, Goro Hoshino, the team's stubborn but cool-headed captain, O-Green, Shohei Yokachi, O-Blue, Yuji Mita, O-Yellow, Judy Nijo, and O-Pink, Mamo Maruo, all seasoned pilots and military types who get a chemistry boost from ancient Choriki energy. Later, they are joined by the ancient warrior King Ranger, Riki, who had battled Bacchus Wrath in prehistoric times and reawakens to help the team. Think of it like this: 5 Air Force folks get sprinkled with mystical ancient juice, yell Olay at their helmets, and then a 6th ancient dude pops up saying, "I'm here to help," while they all punch robot minions and pilot giant mechas to protect humanity from being turned into toaster ovens by Baranoia. Gekiso Sentai Karenjar. Gekiso Sentai Karenjar are the 20th team in the Super Sentai franchise, and they became Super Sentai when a funny little alien named Dap from Planet Hazard crash-landed on Earth with the secret of car magic, a goofy kind of automotive power based on 5 car constellations that give people super abilities. And he discovered that 5 local auto shop workers at the Pegasus garage had this power buried in them, so he basically forced them into saving Earth from a crazy space biker gang called the Bozok by turning them into the Car Rangers whether they liked it or not. The team members are Red Racer Kyosuke Jinai, a test driver who started as a selfish jerk but grew a heroic heart, Blue Racer Naki Domon, Green Racer Minoru Uesugi, Yellow Racer Natsumi Shinohara, and Pink Racer Yoko Yagami, all ordinary garage workers who suddenly found themselves in colorful suits and giant robots fighting traffic-themed villains while also dealing with wild hijinks like an alien traffic cop obsessed with road safety and random space chaos. They've also got some friends like Signalman, a traffic law robot who sometimes helps and sometimes makes things worse, and even wannabe rangers like White Racer Radiata Fanbelt who pop in occasionally. So instead of being born super, these gearheads became heroes by accident thanks to alien magic, cosmic cars, and a universe full of reckless drivers hell-bent on turning Earth into a demolition derby.
Denji Sentai Mega Ranger. Denji Sentai Mega Ranger are the heroes of the 21st production of Super Sentai, a team of mostly high school students chosen to save the world from the evil Nezireja led by Dr. Hinalar and Electro King Javios I after their secret lab is attacked and chaos breaks out. INET, short for International Network of Excel Science and Technology, tricked these kids with what looked like a simple arcade game called Mega Ranger, but was actually a combat simulator designed to find people with potential to become a top-notch fighting squad. When the base was under siege, the lab's chief scientist, Dr. Kubota, reveals this truth and hands them special devices called digitizers. When they punch in the code 335 and shout, "Install Mega Ranger," they transform into the super-powered Denji Sentai Mega Ranger and fight back with cool suits and weapons, kind of like nerds who accidentally became superheroes after midterms. The original core team is Kenta Date as Mega Red, the video game champion's sensible leader who probably practices his combo moves on pizza breaks, Koichiro Endo as Mega Black, the laid-back, sport-loving second-in-command, Shun Namiki as Mega Blue, the calm blue brain, Chisato Jogasaki as Mega Yellow, the spirited yellow fighter, and Miku Imamura as Mega Pink, the cheerful pink powerhouse. Later on, Yusaku Hayakawa joins the party as Mega Silver, a secret INET agent turned Sentai with limited fight time but extra style. Seiju Sentai Gingaman. Seiju Sentai Gingaman are the heroic 33rd generation of warriors chosen to wield the mystical Star Beast swords and protect Earth against evil, inheriting a 3,000-year-old legacy from the very first Gingaman of the Ginga Forest, who fought alongside magical Star Beasts to seal away the space pirates' Barban long ago. This priestly knightly team becomes Super Sentai by participating in a sacred ceremony to receive their Ginga braces, but hilariously gets thrust into action early when an earthquake breaks the Barban seal, eats big brother Hyuga, and forces younger brother Ryoma to trigger his earth power and awaken the team's morpher belts in the heat of battle, proving you don't need a column transformation scene to go super extra heroic. The Barban want to revive the massive demon beast Titanics, and only the Gingaman plus their star beasts can stop them, so they swing swords, call out flashy catchphrases, summon lion, falcon, gorilla, wolf, wildcat buddies, and generally save the day. The main members are Ryoma, Ginga Red, the fire-hearted leader, Hayate, Ginga Green, the cool, wind-wise second-in-command, Goki, Ginga Blue, the strong, gorilla-styled bruiser, Hikaru, Ginga Yellow, the thunder-charged prankster, Saya, Ginga Pink, the flower-powered heroine, plus Hyuga as Black Knight, who returns later rocking a bull theme and a big axe after surviving being swallowed by the earth, all while the team shouts about legendary blades and star beasts like it's the most normal Wednesday ever.
QQ Sentai Go-Go 5. QQ Sentai Go-Go 5 is a team of 5 emergency rescue superheroes from the 23rd entry of the Super Sentai franchise, whose name literally means Rescue Squadron Go-Go 5, and whose footage was later adapted for Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. They became Super Sentai because the evil Saima family, led by the witch Grandiane, planned to conquer Earth when the planets aligned in the Grand Cross, and Professor Mondo Tatsumi predicted this apocalypse, but everyone laughed at him, so he secretly built the rescue system, and when the Saima attack in 1999, he dramatically reappears and basically forces his adult adult kids who already worked as firemen and rescue personnel to quit their jobs and suit up to save humanity, turning their family squabbles into action-packed teamwork. And yes, it's equal parts family reunion and world-saving drama, with a pinch of "Dad, you were gone 10 years" angst. And the members are Motoi Tatsumi, a stickler for rules and big brother who becomes Go Red and leads the crew; Nagari Tatsumi, the thoughtful second oldest who is Go Blue; Sho Tatsumi, the cool middle kid who is Go Green; Diamond Tatsumi, the impulsive brother, is Go Yellow; and Matsuri Tatsumi, the tough but caring little sister, is Go Pink. All 5 siblings fight while juggling the rescue duties like a bizarre family weekend gone superheroic, with occasional robot battles and dad tech support from Professor Tatsumi. Mirai Sentai Time Ranger. The Mirai Sentai Time Ranger are a goofy but heroic bunch from the 30th century who ended up Super Sentai because time travel is illegal in their future after a time paradox crisis, and their Time Protection Department, TPD cadets, got tricked by a time-traveling crime family called the Launders into letting them zoom back to the year 2000 to commit mayhem, and to protect history they chased them, but ran into a big problem. Their Time Ranger program needs 5 people to actually work, so they strong-armed a present-day martial artist into joining, and boom, they became the Time Rangers, protecting history and paying rent by doing odd jobs from their Tomorrow research base while recapturing the fugitives. Their core members are Time Red, Tatsuya Asami, the martial artist drafted into the team; Time Pink, Yuri, the 30th century officer and team leader; Time Blue, Ayase, the deadpan ex-racer; Time Yellow, Doman, the lovable womanizer grappler; in Time Green, Scion, the quiet brainy type; and later rival Naoto Tatsui becomes Time Fire, adding extra spice to the group. They joke about time paradoxes and rent, but always manage to look heroic in their chrono suits, as they fix history one busted criminal at a time, all while dealing with feelings, illnesses, rivalries, and the absurdity of hiring themselves to pay the utilities in a time-traveling shared house.
Hyakuju Sentai Gao Ranger. Hyakuju Sentai Gao Ranger are a cheerful crew of animal-themed heroes who headlined the 25th Super Sentai production and even lent footage to an overseas adaptation, making them proudly famous enough to get an export stamp. 1,000 years ago, humans fought the demonic Org race, and with the help of the mystical power animals, the ancient Gao warriors sealed the enemy. And now that the Orgs have started to stir again, 5 modern people are chosen by those very power animals to inherit warrior souls and protect the planet, which honestly sounds like getting drafted by Mother Nature. The Gao Rangers are the lion-hearted Gao Red Kakaru Shishi, the earnest Gao Yellow Gaku Washio, the steady sea-loving Gao Blue Kai Samezu, the reliable bison-esque Gao Black Sotaro Ushigome, the swift and smart Gao White Sae Taiga, plus the later arriving silver wildcard Gao Silver Tsukumato Ogami, each paired with a power animal that fuels their mecha and their dramatic poses. The show even turns the stakes up by letting those 5 core members fall in battle and get revived, which adds tragic flair and sequel potential. They are warriors chosen by ancient animal spirits who trade ordinary lives for giant robot teamwork and occasionally dramatic resurrections, all while trying to keep the planet from being eaten by ridiculous monster of the week. Nimpu Sentai Hurricaneager. Nimpu Sentai Hurricaneager are a goofy and wind-powered ninja-themed Super Sentai team born when 3 underachieving students at the Hayate Way Ninja Academy, whose sensei refused to give up on them, were suddenly thrust into heroism after a brutal raid by the evil space ninja group Jakanja, massacred most of the school and sent their teacher fleeing in an unexpectedly adorable form by turning into a hamster, which of course made everything weirder and more motivational. The 3 survivors were whisked away to a secret base and officially made into the Hurricaneagers to stop the Jakanja threat and anything else that got sloppy with ninjutsu. The main members are Yosuke Shina, who becomes Hurricane Red and leads the team with courage and enthusiasm, even if he is not always the brightest ninja; Nanami Nono, who becomes Hurricane Blue and balances idle dreams with serious ninja combat skills; and Kota Bito, who becomes Hurricane Yellow and acts as the strategic thinker of the group. Later, they are joined by the rival ninja brothers Iku Kasumi as Kabuto Ranger and Ishu Kasumi as Quagga Ranger, who originally opposed the team but eventually joined them in fighting the Jakanja. Alongside allies like the mysterious Shurikenager, the team battles enemies using speed, stealth, and plenty of dramatic ninja poses, proving that even the worst students in class can still graduate into superheroes.
Bakuryu Sentai Aba Ranger. Bakuryu Sentai Aba Ranger are a dinosaur-themed Super Sentai team whose origin reads like a paleontology textbook that decided to go wild and buy a cape. A meteor long ago split the planet into two parallel worlds, one called Another Earth and the other Dino Earth, where living dinosaur partners called Bakuryu and Ryujin evolved while the evil Evilians sparked a war that sent a Dino Earth warrior fleeing to Another Earth. That warrior, Asuka, arrives pursued by rampaging Bakuryu, and when those giant dinosaurs start trashing Tokyo, a call goes out for people with strong dino guts who can bond with the Bakuryu and pilot them. 3 humans answer that call and transform into the Aba Rangers, gaining dinosaur-themed powers and mecha to fight the Evilians alongside Asuka and later arrivals. The Bakuryu are living dinosaur partners that combine with the Rangers via dino guts to form mecha and super moves, and the team mixes heart, heroic drama, and comedic dinosaur chaos. The core members are Ryoga Hakua, who becomes Aba Red and reads with gusto, Yukito Sanjo, who becomes Abare Blue and stays cool under pressure, Ranru Itsuki, who becomes Abare Yellow and handles tech and brains, Asuka, who fights as Abare Black as the outsider from Dino Earth, and Mikoto Nakadai, the dangerous Abare killer. Together they defend both worlds and occasionally argue about whose dinosaur ate whose lunch. Tokusatsu Sentai Deka Ranger. Tokusatsu Sentai Deka Ranger is a crack squad of intergalactic cops turned Super Sentai whose origin is basically Law & Order meets space opera with flashy suits and dramatic arrests. The story is set in the bustling fictional city of Megalopolis, where humans and aliens mingle until a rash of crimes by the villainous Alienizer Syndicate and schemes by the shady arms dealer Agent Umbrella force the special police to up their game. Earth gets its own branch of the Special Police known as SPD, and they outfit a hand-picked team with Deka tech so they can transform, apprehend, and deliver justice with maximum style. Leading the charge is the enthusiastic transfer cop Banban Akaza, who becomes Deka Red and treats every arrest like a pep rally. His teammates are the steady shooter Hoji Tamasu, Deka Blue, the analytical field agent Senichi Enari, Deka Green, the empathic investigator Marika Raimon, Deka Yellow, and the upbeat tech-savvy officer Kome Kodo, Deka Pink. They later gain backup from elite operative Tekan Ira and take tactical orders from Commander Doggy Kruger, while scientist ally Swan Shiratori helps with gadgets. Together they became Super Sentai by combining law enforcement duty with Sentai style into a gleefully procedural team of heroes that arrest bad guys and crack jokes while doing it. Mahou Sentai Magi Ranger. The Mahou Sentai Magi Ranger are a magical Super Sentai team made up of 5 siblings from the Ozu family who suddenly discover their ordinary lives are actually part of a huge magical legacy when an ancient war returns to threaten the world. Long ago, a battle took place between the magical sky world, Magatopia, and the evil underground empire, Infurtia, and although the villains were sealed away inside the Earth, they eventually break free after 15 years and start attacking again. During the first attack, the Ozu siblings witness their mother, Miyuki, reveal that she is secretly a powerful magician, and she gives them special transformation devices called Magiphones, granting them the ability to become the Magi Rangers so they can continue their family's mission to protect the world and uphold the legacy of magic. The core members are Kai Ozu, the impulsive Magi Red, who leads with heart and occasional dramatic face swap, Tsubasa Ozu, Magi Yellow, the laid-back but capable brother, Urara Ozu, Magi Blue, the calm, brainy one who probably does homework mid-battle. Hoka Ozu, Magi Pink, the excitable sister who brings cheer and sparkles to explosions, and Makito Ozu, Magi Green, the responsible older sibling who keeps everyone from accidentally burning down the house with a spell. Later aided by mentor figure Hikaru, who becomes Magi Shine, providing extra power and the kind of advice only a sunny mentor can give. Go-Go Sentai Bokanger. The Go-Go Sentai Bokanger are a globe-trotting team of treasure hunters assembled by the Search Guard Successor Foundation to recover dangerous relics called Preciouses before villainous negative syndicates seize them, and SGS officially assigns them as a specialized recovery squad, which is how they become a Super Sentai, turning archaeology into heroic action with transformation gear and mecha. Main members include Satoru Akashi, who becomes Boken Red and leads the team with calm courage and serious adventurer spirit. Masumi Inoo, who becomes Boken Black and is a tough former treasure hunter who sometimes acts like he wrestled a pyramid for fun. Sota Mogami, who becomes Boken Blue and uses intelligence and spy skills to outthink enemies. Natsuki Mamiya, who becomes Boken Yellow, is cheerful but mysterious after being discovered near a cave with no memories. And Sakura Nishihori, who becomes Boken Pink and is a talented explorer and combat expert. Later, the powerful Eiji Takaoka joins the team as Boken Silver, bringing special abilities connected to sealing ancient threats. Together, they race to jungles, ruins, oceans, and cursed temples, facing traps, curses, and a rotating cast of antagonists while keeping the preciouses safe, making saving the world look a lot like the most chaotic treasure hunt ever, with maps, teamwork, and occasional dramatic snack breaks.
Juken Sentai Geki Ranger. Juken Sentai Geki Ranger are a martial arts-themed Super Sentai team who practice the ancient beast fist fighting style called Geki Juken to defend humanity from the evil Rin Juken forces that seek to spread corruption and monstrous beasts. They become Super Sentai after being chosen and trained in those secret beast arts by a wise master who recognizes their hearts and fighting spirit and sends them out to stop the escalating threat. The core fighters are John Kondo, who is the hot-blooded but good-natured leader, channeling fiery fighting spirit as Geki Red, Ron Uzaki, who is energetic and tough and fights with animal-like instincts as Geki Yellow, and Retsu Fukami, the calm, disciplined warrior whose technique balances the team as Geki Blue. Together, they learn secret techniques, form animal styles, take on monstrous opponents, and unlock powerful combined attacks and mecha to win battles. The show mixes intense martial arts action with humor as the team squabbles, practices, and occasionally argues over training etiquette and snacks while defending the world. Supporting fighters, masters, and occasional allies appear over time, adding new abilities and twists, but the heart of the team remains the three friends whose bond and beast fists turn ancient tradition into superhero teamwork with a wink and a roar. Engine Sentai Go Onger. The Engine Sentai Go Onger are a high-energy Super Sentai team whose story begins in the Machine World, a parallel world where giant living vehicle beings called engines fight a nasty group of pollution-loving villains known as the J.A.K.Q. During their war, the J.A.K.Q start losing and decide to run away to Earth because apparently ruining a second planet sounds like a great backup plan. The engines chase them to the human world and decide they need human partners to fight back, so several engines choose 5 humans with strong hearts and surprisingly good teamwork skills to become the Go Onger. With special devices and the power of their engine partners, the chosen humans transform into colorful heroes and defend Earth while also piloting giant combining robots powered by their mechanical allies. The main members are Sosuke Asumi, who becomes Go-On Red, Ren Kosuka, who becomes Go-On Blue, Saki Royama, who becomes Go-On Yellow, Haunt Joe, who becomes Go-On Green, and Gunpei Ishihara, who becomes Go-On Black. Later, the powerful siblings Hiroto Suto and Miyu Suto join as Go-On Gold and Go-On Silver, after training with special wing engines. Together, this noisy team races into battle against the J.A.K.Q, saving Earth with friendship, courage, and enough engine noise to make the villains wish they had earplugs.